Hey guys, what's up? We are back again together for another weekly tutorial. If you don't already know, my name is Whitney Green Bennett and I give out weekly tutorials either on hair or makeup. Today's tutorial, or this week's tutorial, is on hair. So I do have a question. How often do you guys shampoo your hair? Is it once a week? Is it twice a week? Is it once a month? Let me know below in the comments how often you shampoo. Today's video is on how often you should be shampooing per your texture. So if you're totally confused and you don't know how often you should be shampooing, please stay tuned and watch this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe down below. Make sure you share my channel and you share this tutorial, and let's go ahead and get focused, all right? So the first step on figuring out how often you should shampoo your hair is to assess your hair. And there's two ways to do that. You want to do a thickness test and you want to do an elasticity test. So in order to do your thickness test, you want to go ahead and take a strand of your hair in between your fingers, and if you can't feel it, then that means your hair is on the finer side. If you can feel it, then your thickness is medium. And then if it's super thick or coarse, I mean your thickness is exactly what it is, thick and coarse. So that's your thickness test. And then you want to go ahead and do your elasticity test. And in order to do that, you want to do the same thing. You would take another strand of your hair and you will try to stretch it out. If it starts to break immediately or it's breaking, then guys, that means your hair is super weak and you need to do strengthening treatments. In order to rebuild that hair, a strengthening treatment, you can use Olaplex, you can use a mask, just some type of heavy conditioner, which most likely is a mask, to help rebuild that hair shaft, okay? And then if you get past 50% of its natural state of stretch, then that means your hair is very healthy. And congratulations, you probably can get color, or you could probably do anything that you possibly want to do because you have healthy hair. So just know that you're constantly going to have to do a hair assessment, okay? As we get older, as the climate changes, as our hair changes, if your hair is changing and it's went from basically being smooth to frizzy or coarse to fine, or basically it just has became the opposite, then you need to do a hair assessment test, okay? So now that you have done the hair assessment test, let's go into a little bit details on how often each texture should be shampooing and conditioning the hair. If you have fine hair, you do not need to shampoo your hair every day. No one should be shampooing their hair every day, okay? That actually makes the hair a lot worse. So when you over shampoo, it produces the oils to come out even more, which makes the hair oilier. So I always recommend to shampoo every other day if you're an everyday shampooer, okay? You will then eventually, after a few months, hopefully within a few months, you see a difference. Sometimes it can take up to 6 or 8 months to see a difference, but eventually you will see a difference. And once you see a difference, then you should work up to 2 to 3 times a week to shampoo. Same thing goes for wavy or a loose curl. You should only shampoo every 2 to 3 days, not every day. If you have type 4 hair or curly hair, then you should definitely do co-washing. I recently started doing it and I absolutely love it and see a difference in my hair. Co-washing is pretty much not using a shampoo and just using conditioner to help bring that moisture back to the hair. I will recommend co-wash every 2 to 3 days. If you can go even longer, great, but definitely co-wash 2 to 3 days, and then every 2 to 3 weeks use a clarifying shampoo to help remove all that buildup. If you have an itchy scalp or it's pretty dry, you can definitely use a tea tree shampoo to help balance out your scalp, or you can use the apple cider vinegar technique that I have taught in a previous tutorial that I will link in this video. Alright, so if you have color treated hair, you have a chemical to your hair, or you just use a hot tool all the time, your hair is probably on the drier side, right? So I definitely recommend using a hydrating sulfate shampoo and then finishing it off with a mask that you would use once a week. Once again, you will do this shampooing technique every 2 to 3 days. So when it comes down to shampoo, guys, sulfate-free shampoo for any texture is going to be your best friend, because sulfate shampoos tend to strip away the natural oils, which cause frizz and dryness to the hair, and also sometimes sulfates tend to cause irritation and inflammation. So if you can find a sulfate-free shampoo that you absolutely love, stick to that and let that be your go-to shampoo. Now, when it comes to having normal hair or abnormal hair, it doesn't exist, okay? So if you don't have curly hair, if your hair is not greasy, if it's not dry, nor is it on the finer side, then you are in between, okay? And basically, you should be using a hydrating sulfate-free shampoo. If you're trying to figure out what to use in between shampooing, you can definitely use a dry shampoo or a scalp toner to help balance out that oil. Once again, guys, do not shampoo every day. It's a mind thing. It's all in your mind. If you don't like to use your dry shampoo or the scalp toner, then you totally can go ahead and still rinse your scalp without any shampoo and condition your hair. Do that for a while, and then eventually you'll build up to going every other day on shampooing, and then eventually you'll build up to every 2 to 3 days on shampooing. All right, I hope all this information has definitely helped you. That is pretty much it. If you have any questions, please leave your questions in the comments below, and I definitely will respond and get back to you. Until the next time, guys, be safe out there. Peace.